Today on Cruiseman's Garage, we're going to install this Doran tire pressure monitoring system on a Honda Goldwing. The Doran system includes the monitor, handlebar mounting equipment, steel valve stems, transmitters, an external warning lamp, alcohol wipes, and adhesive pads. The first step is to decide where to mount the monitor. The Doran monitor can be mounted to any flat surface on the Goldwing using double-sided tape or Velcro. However, you could also mount the monitor out of sight in your glove box or your trunk and then use the external warning lamp to alert you of a low tire. Now I'm going to mount my monitor to a bracket that mounts to the clutch reservoir, and I'm using these Scotch all-weather fasteners. They're kind of like a heavy-duty Velcro, and I'm just going to mount the monitor to the bracket. Once the monitor is mounted, I'm going to run the wires through the opening in the bracket, down the left handlebar, and eventually underneath the left glove box. To get access to the left glove box, we need to remove this piece of trim. To do this on a 2012 or later or an F6B, get your fingers under the left corner and pull up firmly. Then work your way up to the top and pull back to release the trim. On earlier model Goldwings, just get your fingers on the inside edge toward the bottom and pull towards you, and this will release the little tabs. Work your way up to the top and release the trim. To remove the glove box, we must remove these 4 plastic push pins. Using a sharp object like a pin, press in the center of each push pin and then use your fingernail to lift the push pins out. Then you can remove the glove box and set it off to the side. Now you can route the monitor wires underneath the shelter so that they come out underneath the left glove box as shown. Now, one installation option would be to simply tap or splice into the red accessory power plug that's provided underneath the glove box on the Goldwing. However, for my installation, I'm going to run the wires all the way down inside the shelter back to the accessory terminal on the fuse box. To access the battery and the fuse box, we have to remove this side cover. On a 2012 or above Goldwing, you have to open the left saddle bag and then gently pull out the side cover. It's just held in place with some plastic pins into rubber grommets, and it comes out as shown. With the cover removed, now you can see the fuse box. Remove the left side engine cover by starting at the bottom, gently pulling until the pins release from the rubber grommets. While it's not absolutely necessary, it may be easier to route the wires if you move the electronics panel out of the way. So go ahead and remove the 2 5mm hex bolts that hold this in place, and then push it in toward the inside and it will release, and you can just set it off to the side. On earlier model Goldwings, you simply remove the 1 5mm bolt that holds the smaller electronics panel in place and move it off to the side. Now you should be able to feed the wire from the monitor from underneath the glove box down to the fuse box next to the battery. The monitor will be wired to the accessory terminals on the fuse box. This way, the monitor only draws power when the motorcycle is either turned on or in the accessory position. Loosen the 2 screws for the accessory terminal as shown, but don't remove them. Now, fit the wires to those terminals. The red wire goes on top, and the black wire, the ground, goes on the bottom. Tighten the screws. The next step is to install the sensors, which send information to the monitor. The sensors can be mounted inside your tires and out of sight, but this requires the installation of the metal valve stems that come in the kit. When installing the sensors inside the tire, it's important to program the sensors to the monitor before you install the sensors. Another option is to simply replace your valve stem caps with the sensors. They simply screw into place. But to do this, you do have to have metal valve stems. Since I have factory tire pressure monitoring, I'm going to install the sensors externally, and here you can see I have number 121 on the front tire. For added security, the kit also includes some sensor locks that can be installed. The next step is to carefully follow the instruction manual on how to program the monitor for your sensors. This really only takes about 5 minutes and is very well illustrated. The last step is to install the external warning lamp if necessary. If you've installed your monitor out of sight, like in a glove box or a trunk, you may wish to install the external warning lamp. Now, this light will flash repeatedly, just like the monitor does, if you have a tire that's seriously low. Using the double-sided tape provided, you can stick the external warning lamp to any flat surface. Here I've got it on my brake reservoir. Remove the rubber plug on the bottom of the monitor that protects the external lamp port. Then, plug the external lamp into the port as shown.